first, I support responsible pension reform. I helped lead the way at the city on this issue. I took a tough stand with our police officers union who didn't want to pay their employee share. The city was paying their employer, and our employee share, and so I took a tough line on that, and faced the consequences accordingly. On that decision, I supported our city effort to take a look at the whole issue as well. And I supported the state legislation in 2012, which had the Pension Reform Act, and I think that needs to play out. I think we need to see how that's implemented. There are major changes, most significantly, of course, for new hires. Certainly there was a new effort this past year by Mayor Reed out of San Jose to have a tougher approach with existing people in the PERS system, and I did not support that. I oppose that. And I'll continue to do so. I think we owe it to let the 2012 reforms play out.
What was the problem with the Reed's measure in your mind?
The ink was barely dry. It's still barely dry on the 2012 plan. And why you need to go and change it right away.
Well, because it doesn't do anything for existing employees,
yeah.
Right? This is like years down the road. So the changes that some cities are contemplating would actually require current employees to make some sort of sacrifice.
I get that, and cities certainly can negotiate that. I think that, these pension deals are contracts with the employer and the employee, and many times people go to public service and they choose that because, let's say the engineers, for example, the state engineers, maybe you can make a little bit more in the private sector. You make a little less from the state government, but your pension, you look at that as a whole package as far as your compensation. So I think we need to weigh that into consideration. But more importantly, I think the big issue is that I think we owe it to let the 2012 reforms play out and see where they get us.